I love G.I. Joe. Aside from Transformers and the Ninja Turtles, I don't think there's a bigger icon of merchandise and cartoons that's out there. G.I. Joe toys go as far back as the 1960s, which were mostly just generic soldiers. It wasn't until the 1980s where the Joes got the look and style we know today, giving them names, unique characters, producing some unique but mostly impractical weapons and vehicles, and introducing us to Cobra, the ruthless terrorist organization bent on world domination. Aside from the iconic 5-inch action figures, the Joes also had a number of animated features. There were two cartoon series that premiered in the 80s. One produced by Deke and the other produced by Sunbow, an animated movie, another series in the mid-90s which I think most people would rather forget, an anime, a couple of direct-to-DVD movies, and of course there was the 2009 live-action movie, which I personally believe is not as bad as the internet rabble made it out to be. But that's a rant for another day. Today we're going to talk about a special that came out shortly before the live-action movie called G.I. Joe Resolute. At JoeCon 2008, a trailer was shown for a new G.I. Joe reboot special, and it was met with unanimous enthusiasm, particularly at this scene. Oh shit, did Snake Eyes just kill a guy? This is G.I. Joe the way it ought to be. No lasers, no parachuting to safety, no more fucking around. Shit's about to get real. But first let's talk about the voice acting. Out of about 22 speaking roles in Resolute, there are only a grand total of 4 voice actors. There's Steve Blum, whose main roles are of Duke, Roadblock, and Zartan. Now I really like Steve, but it's kinda weird hearing him talk to himself when he does multiple roles in one scene.
These packs haven't been cleared for Halo ops. I heard you the first time, Ripcord. How long till we drop? 40 seconds. You're all set.
Then once again we have Charlie Adler, who voices Flint, Gung-Ho, Stalker, and possibly the best Cobra commander ever.
And this is how I win the world. This juncture, of course, is usually where the wheels come off, but not this time. Cutting the traitor Major Blood's heart in half right in front of you, right here in this room. Should have gotten the point across. It suited me once to appear weak and cowardly, because it motivated you people to think. There will be no moves to take over my command. There will be no mistakes. There will be none of your crap. None of it. Work with me, and I will give you the world in less than 24 hours. Work against me, and I will gut you like a fish.
Hail Cobra! Now that's a villain you could believe in! Much better than the old version.
Unsubstantiated fantasy! Lies! Lies!
Yeah. Then there's Eric Bauza, who's an unknown, but does a pretty good job voicing Storm Shadow, Tunnel Rat, and Destro.
Maybe we should kill one now. Speed up their thought process a little.
Finally, our only female voice actor, Gray, forgive me if I mispronounce your name, Delisle, who voices Covergirl, Scarlet, the always ravishing Baroness, and Dial Tone. Wait, Dial Tone? Dial Tone's a man! Look, here he is in the movie! Well, as it turns out, there was also a female character named Dial Tone in the G.I. Joe comics, but according to Wikipedia, the writer of Resolute, who's comic book writer Warren friggin' Ellis, by the way, gave this character so many speaking roles that she was made into an official Joe and was randomly given the name Dial Tone just because he liked the name. So it looks like this version of Dial Tone has nothing to do with the previous versions and was just given the name by pure accident. Quite a coincidence. Well, enough talk. Let's see G.I. Joe Resolute. The movie opens to a graphic scene of Cobra's own Major Blood brutally murdered at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial. Wow, they're not wasting any time, are they? Then we cut to the USS Flag being sabotaged as a sign that Cobra has returned.
Who was running the security detail this shift?
Bazooka.
I want him here now.
Oh, it was Bazooka! You remember Bazooka from the old show, all scatterbrained and goofing off? Oh, I can't wait to hear his excuse for this one.
Not a mark on him.
killed and hidden before the charges were planted.
They killed Bazooka. Oh, no, you didn't! Oh, no, you didn't just kill off a comic relief character! It is on now, motherfuckers! Cobra Commander is seen making a threat to the UN demanding the surrender of all the nations of the world, or they'll start destroying major cities with their, Star Wars laser.
This is gonna be sweet.
Damn you, Ronald Reagan! Word gets back to the Joes, and it's about now the movie sorta branches off into 4 separate missions. The first one involves Roadblock, Stalker, and Gung Ho rescuing some scientists from Baroness and Destro.
Some idiots are going to break in. If we don't like what they say, we're going to start killing you. So start crying now. Make it good. A little honest victim's fear always rattles these people.
Oh, Baroness, you make murder sexy. There's lots of shooting, and something happens here that I've always wondered about. I guess his head is bulletproof. And of course the scientist gets saved.
Give us an excuse.
You know, as great as this is, there's part of me that kind of misses the old Roadblock.
Who is it? I don't need to see clear to fracture your rear.
Another involves Duke and Scarlet going to destroy a Cobra missile station in Siberia. There's plenty more shooting and explosions, and after a confrontation with Zartan, Duke gets injured and they almost don't make it out, but Ripcord saves them in the nick of time. Then we got Tunnel Rat, who's been ordered to take out Cobra's weapons just below orbit. And since Tunnel Rat is batshit crazy, they do the most insane sabotage mission I have ever seen. The Cobra weapons will destroy anything with an engine that gets too close to them, so they board a hot air balloon and float to the edge of space. Oh, I wonder how this is gonna go.
Okay, this wasn't in my cunning plan.
But he somehow manages to take them out and, well, I guess someone does parachute to safety. Finally, we have Snake Eyes. As it turns out, it was Storm Shadow who killed Bazooka in order to send a message that he wants to settle things once and for all. So Snake Eyes sets off to infiltrate their old training grounds while taking out some nameless henchmen along the way. Hey, you're not supposed to be— Ah! Oh, this is great.
Wait, where's his grenade belt?
Now, maybe I'm a little biased here, but this is my favorite part of the movie. The conflict between these two has always been great.
I used to tell you that it was a matter of honor. That you struck me and vendetta must be observed. But that's a lie. I hate you because he was going to teach you all 7 steps of his most secret martial form instead of me. I hate you because he chose you. That's all.
We get to see flashbacks of them being taught by Storm Shadow's uncle and how he favored Snake Eyes over his nephew, which ultimately led to Storm Shadow's betrayal. They even show Snake Eyes getting shot in the mouth, explaining why he doesn't talk. But now it's time to finish things with some hardcore ninja on ninja action. And of course, Snake Eyes wins. Because Snake Eyes always wins. So with all the missions complete, the Joes get back together and decide to do something they should have did about 25 years ago.
We kill Cobra Commander.
So the Joes mobilize for the final battle with Cobra. But Cobra Commander is ready as he hides in a bunker about to destroy Washington with a mini version of their space laser. But Duke traps him in and redirects the laser to Springfield instead, destroying Cobra forever.
Final report. On our return to the site, the shielded unit Cobra Commander used to hide in was absent.
We'll get you next time, Cobra Commander! I loved Resolute, especially being a Joe fan. It had nice animation, it was full of action, and the mature theme was a very nice touch. Sadly, it looks like there's not going to be much more of this, but I think I'm fine with it as it is. It was just an overall satisfying feeling watching this. It felt like the franchise grew up with the fan base, and that makes for a good comeback. And that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.